Hi, what's up guys? This is a video review of my Canon EOS M6 fully rigged. I have a Canon M6 with a Sigma 16mm f1.4 DCVN contemporary lens EOS EFM mount. This is released recently, October 2019. And in front, I have a breakthrough 4-stop ND filter. I have Xume Magnetic filter holder and lens adapter, so I can easily detach my ND filter rather than screwing in on and off to the camera lens. Smallrig cage for EOS M3 and M6. This one, it gives more girth to the grip and it feels more secure, and it allows me to attach more options if I wanted to. It has a cold shoe mount on the side, and it lets me secure my microphone through zip ties. So I cut the flap on the side so it would not hinder the microphones, it would not push it out. And I attach 2 zip ties and 1 zip tie to the microphone. I have Saramonic SR-XM1. This is a unidirectional microphone with a dead cat wind filter. And I have a Peak Design version 2 capture clip, so I can easily attach and detach it to my backpack strap. How did I come up with this setup? Well, I started with GoPro shooting hiking videos since I like taking pictures, which GoPro is not great at. I normally shoot pictures with my Nikon D750, which is excellent taking photos, but not so great with videos due to its autofocus. So I searched online and I saw this Canon M6, which is good at taking videos. Initially, I was debating in getting the M50 or the M6, but I ended up getting the M6 because of the flip-up screen, and it has more dials. The M50 has a viewfinder, but the screen itself is more than enough for my use. And I didn't really like the flip side screen, just like the M50 has. I only shoot 1080, so 4K is not really necessary. I bought my M6 body only with Canon 11-22 f4 to 5.6 IS STM lens. But after 2 years of shooting, it has some flaws, especially with low light. You won't go bigger than f4. So when it's low light like this, it's really a struggle. The M6 is not really great in low light. When the ISO is above 1600, the video quality becomes really noisy, and the picture as well. It's hard to pull shadows when the picture has a lot of grain. The Canon 11-22 is just not bright enough for my indoor use. I was about to pick up the Canon 22mm f2 STM lens, but I accidentally bumped into this Sigma 16mm f1.4 Pix prime lens, which is great in low light. Well, it's been out in the market for a few years now with the Sony E mount, and recently they just released the EFM mount. So far, the Sony shooters have been enjoying. They have really good outcome with this lens. When I shoot this last week on my video, the B-roll project, it has really good picture quality, and the low light capability is really good. So after 2 years of shooting with my M6 and Canon EFM 11-22mm EFM STM lens, I figure out I only use one focal length, which is the 11mm, the widest field of view. I get really annoyed when it zooms in accidentally. Zoom is more versatile, but I actually prefer prime lens on my personal use because I only use one focal length anyway. This is the most fully rigged camera that I have besides my Nikon Z6, which is filming me right now. And we will also do a hands-on review with my Nikon Z6 and Nikkor 2470 f2.8 S lens. Let's start with weight, because this thing, I carry this when I go hiking, like 10 miles up to 20 miles in one day. So weight is really a big factor. This whole setup weighs 2.4 pounds, including the battery and all those bells and whistles. So before, I used to attach my capture clip on my belt, but I found it less accessible, and it always gets caught in the bushes when I walk through the narrow trail. So I ended up putting it on my backpack strap, but it gives a lot of weight on my shoulder. But other than that, with this setup, I think the weight is much worth it. The build quality is excellent. It's metal, made in Japan, and it feels premium. It's quite heavy, weighing 405 grams. Just the lens itself, most likely it's 550 grams including the ND filter and the Xume Magnetic filter holder. Low light capability of this lens is really good. So let's give it a try. Remove my ND filter for stop. So as you can see guys, this is the M6 with Sigma f1.4, shooting indoor, the same setup, indoor, all incandescent lamp. What you can see, the bokeh is really nice. My current setting is f1.4, 60 shutter, and 400 ISO. You cannot beat that. The only downside of this lens is it doesn't have an IS, but when I tried the Canon 1122 STM and the Sigma 16mm without IS, it's almost the same. The Canon dual pixel autofocus is excellent. It's very impressive. It tracks down the face very well. It doesn't hunt most of the time. Autofocus is stellar because of the Canon dual pixel autofocus. You can see coming close, far away, coming close, far away, coming close, far away, coming close, and far away. It always gets my face all the time, no matter where I am and how much I move. Great! Final thoughts, no doubt, I fell in love with the Sigma f1.4. Despite it's more heavy, but the build quality and performance plus the looks outweighs the cons. I hope I'm able to share my thoughts and my camera setup. For me, you can go wrong with this lens or the Canon 11-222mm STM lens. They're both great, but I think this is a step up ahead better. But it's still up to the user which one they prefer. They want better low light capability, better picture quality, stabilization or no optical stabilization. Stabilization test, Canon 1122. IS mode continuous, digital IS enabled. Stabilization test, Sigma 16mm at f1.4, digital IS enabled. Zoom or prime lens, but yeah, just get the Sigma. It's much better than the Canon. So thank you for watching my first camera review, and I hope you like it and subscribe for more adventures. Next time we will review the Nikon Z6 and Nikkor 2470 f2.8 S lens. Okay, peace out.